Hi, it's Delilah. Recently we did a video on how it's okay to not know who's fronting if you are a system, and we highly recommend you go check out that video before watching this one. But today I'm going to talk about those moments coming out from not knowing who you are and being blurry, and going to moments where you do know who you are, and having that transition of realization. This can happen two main ways, at least for us. It either happens naturally or through a grounding process. And when it happens naturally, we call them natural moments of recognition for ourselves. We're just kind of walking along, going about our day, and suddenly we have a moment like, oh, I'm Delilah, or oh, I'm Peach, or oh, I'm Silver. Speaking of Peach, she wrote a wonderful journal entry about this a couple weeks ago, so I'm going to read you a couple segments. Here's from her. But when we have the organic who am I moments, it feels really nice and clear and good to figure out who you are. There's nothing wrong with the I don't know moments and the blurry moments, and I know that I'm okay with it. I think that I've been caring more about our girlfriend because I can exist in those many moments and experience the world through them. But it is also nice to exist by myself and have some individual thoughts and moments. Otherwise, I would not have the, brain allocation to write these thoughts down. And Peach is right. Sometimes these moments can be really nice. It was really nice to figure out who I was today, and to be able to sit down and take a moment to record this video, because I know someone else was planning on recording it, and then we waited too long and then we switched. But discovering ourselves in these natural moments of blurriness can be really hard. We can have a whole bunch of self-doubt, like, am I really Delilah in this moment? Am I really a separate person? Or am I just kind of making this all up? Am I really still blurry? How am I sure that I know who I am right now? We can squint at ourselves and be like, do I really know who I am? Am I interpreting myself correctly? And here's a little affirmation that Silver wrote down a while ago for those people who might be struggling with this. If you think that you might be someone in your system, or that another system member is near the front, you are most likely correct, or are about to be correct as that person gets pulled forward towards the front. Trust your gut and your first instinct. Say your names. How do they feel? Does it feel like you? Don't overthink it, and don't second guess yourself. We are inherently correct in our judgments of ourselves. And I really agree with that. I was struggling a lot earlier today, wondering, am I really myself? And sitting down and giving myself the space to deserve, to really think about myself and exist separately was really nice and really helpful. Also, if you're second guessing who might be co-conscious with you at any moment, it's helpful to remember the cocktail effect. And I think we did a video on it, and I'll link it up in that corner or this corner. It's when you think about someone, they get pulled closer to the front because you're saying their name. When you're thinking about someone and going, oh, I think Aaron might be around right now. Just thinking that can often bring them a little bit closer to the front and open up the door of opportunity to let them come into the co-conscious with you. So if you think that and go, oh wait, no, what if I didn't realize that before? What if this is only happening now? That's a totally normal and natural part of the system process. But to continue on with the video, what if there's no natural recognition that goes on? What if you're just stuck in the blurriness forever and you can't seem to get out of it, like we sometimes are? Then we do something that our therapist helped teach us called identity-based grounding. We talked a little bit about this in the last video on the subject, but it's a type of grounding where you ask yourself questions about who you are and what you enjoy and things you like to do that really help connect you with your identity and figure out who you are in the moment. Oftentimes when we think about asking ourselves questions to figure out who we are, the first thing that comes to our mind is our likes and our dislikes. Do I like peppers? Do I enjoy oranges? Do I like tea and hot chocolate? Do I like this particular show or video game? And while these are helpful questions to ask, there's a lot more categories of questions that are very helpful to us. And here are some questions that we ask ourselves in these moments. What are your likes and dislikes when it comes to physical things? Do you like hugs? Do you like getting touched? How do you like your physical space? Do you like to be under blankets? Which rooms are your favorite rooms? What spaces feel the most comfy for you? What things is your body doing in the moment? We all have different ways of moving and holding the body. So if you spend a lot of time tracking who does what with the body, it can help figure out who is fronting or who you are in the moment. What age do you feel? Do you feel really young? Do you feel about normal for you guys, close to the body age, or do you feel awkwardly older than the rest of the people in your system? What are your relationships? Who do you feel closest to? If your system has an external partner, how do you feel towards that partner? Do you love them a lot? Do you have a positive friendship relationship with them? Do you feel kind of neutrally? Or do you just not have any feelings towards them? and I hope you wouldn't dislike them, but sometimes that happens too. And then finally, what has been the most helpful and most suggested by our therapist is, what are your key memories? Looking back, what memories do you relate to? Do you have any strong memories? It helps to go through when you are grounded in other moments and track which alters have different key memories and like strong memories. Typically, these are like impactful things we have done, like going on a very interesting adventure or having a particularly emotional moment. Things like this that only one or very few you connect with can help you figure out who you are in the moment by looking back on those memories and asking yourself, does it feel like I made that memory? Even just thinking about the past couple days can be helpful, and whether any of the memories that you have made over the past couple days you relate to, and who was out during those moments, and who you might be in this one. And finally, to sum up this section, it's good to keep in mind that asking yourself these questions and doing identity-based grounding is a grounding technique. So not only are you discovering who you may be already in the moment, but literally you can be pulling yourself out of the dissociation cloud and solidifying who you are in the moment and bringing someone solidly to front. And that's okay. Grounding is supposed to do that, whether it's identity-based grounding or physical-based grounding, or mental and emotional-based grounding, or safety scripts, or age progression, or whatever grounding you happen to be doing in the moment. So don't feel bad or doubt yourself more if you notice that this grounding is bringing someone to the front, because often that is what it's designed to do. Even if after all of this you still can't figure out who might be in the front or who you are in the moment, that's totally okay too. You can exist and just be happy as yourself, even if you don't know who that self is. And that's always a good thing to remember. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys another day.